I'm Michael Hudson. Welcome to Michael's Magical Moments, Episode 1. I've created this series for the people I serve, entrepreneurs, coaches, consultants, and speakers, nonprofit leaders, and small business owners. People who all want to create an impact in a specific way in a specific area, but who sometimes could use a little nudge, a little idea, a little tip or a trick or a secret. That's what this series is going to be about. I call them magical moments for one reason. When you put these things to work, you're going to achieve magical results that happen in an instant. Because a lot of times the things that leave the biggest impact are the small little actions that we take. We make them part of our habits, we do them every day, and we manage to find ways to change things we didn't think we could change in the past. Today's topic is one that's really near and dear to my heart, and my bet is you can relate to this. I've discovered there are three things that get in the way and keep people from creating the impact they're seeking to create. They're very common things, they almost creep up on us sometimes, and they frankly have relatively easy to implement solutions. But sometimes we get so busy doing the work that we forget to step back. So let's take a look at what they are. The first thing that gets in our way is overcomplication. Now I know you'd never do this. But if you're like me at all, sometimes when an idea occurs to you, your mind races off and you see all the great ways you could execute that idea. You may be like me and you may have a whiteboard in your office and you go to that whiteboard and you map out all these steps you're going to take. You've got all these different loops and feedback things. You've got 27 different iterations of how you can launch products off of this idea, how you can give a better speech and have more of an audience impact with this idea, how you can write more blog posts faster with this idea, and you map it all out. And then all of a sudden it dawns upon you. You have made this so complicated, you don't know what the first step is to take. So you know what? You do nothing. Sound familiar? Ever been there? Well, I have a great news for you. There's a solution, and it's an easy solution. It boils down to one simple thing. Simplify it. Find a way to take it and filter it down and focus it until you can identify the one next step to take. The first thing that made you think of the idea, the step that you need to take to go get a result now, to make progress. Now that links to our second point, the second thing that gets in our way. Because a lot of times when people think about progress, they think about progress as something that has to be perfect. Well, perfectionism is the second block. Perfectionism gets in our way because we spend far too much time worrying about exactly where this word's going to appear on the screen or exactly what filter we should use on the graphic to make it have the most impact. When in reality, what we need to do is create it and ship it. There's a concept you may be familiar with called the minimum viable product. It says get things to the point that they're ready, that someone can use it, put it out there. Let the audience give you some feedback. Let them help you understand how you can fix it. Let the customer tell you. Let the member tell you, whatever type of organization you're running. Let your colleagues tell you. Well, the reality is shipping it is the solution to overcoming perfectionism. Getting it ready, putting it out the door. And if you think about it, this is the world we live in today. Think about all the apps on your phone. They got delivered to you when they were in minimum working order. You used them and you may have identified a glitch here or there, or someone else did, and they notified the people, they fixed the glitch, and then what happened? You automatically downloaded the update that gave you the next version. Well, in the world we live in, that's how people want to function. They want to have input into the process. They want to give you their feedback. They want to make things customized to work the way they want. So getting over perfectionism by saying, I'm going to just ship it because it's good enough right now to get some feedback is the main way to solve that specific problem. Now the third problem is perhaps even more challenging, but it's one that a lot of people I deal with face, and I face it all the time. We tend to underestimate what we know. We underestimate the value of what we provide. We think that because we know it and we understand it, everybody else knows it, understands it. So we have a great idea, we think we should tell people about it, but we're sitting in a meeting or a brainstorming session and we hold back because we're concerned that other people in the room have more experience, that their background is different, and that they may not understand what we're even saying. Or we feel that what we're going to say doesn't have enough value. Well, here's the reality. We each see things from a distinct perspective. We have our own set of goggles on that we see the world through. And those goggles are defined by the experiences we've had. So our unique perspective puts a different spin on things that's different than others. Therefore, we add value when we share our ideas, and in fact, we do a disservice to people when we don't share our ideas. So my advice to you here is to value what you know, to value what you've created, to take the steps here that I've suggested, simplify it, create that minimum viable thing and ship it, and then let the market speak and give you some insight into the value that they see in what you've created. If you do that, you avoid these 3 common pitfalls, and I guarantee you'll start creating more impact very quickly. So let's recap. What's your first step? Your first step is very simple. Keep the project simple. Boil it down to its essence. Use that to create the minimum viable version of it. Whether it's an idea, whether it's a product, whether it's a blog post, whether it's a video, and then ship it and listen to the market. Let them tell you what they like and what they don't like. Be willing to have stumbles. You've seen some in this video. I haven't gone back and edited this to perfection and have no intention of doing that. The simple reality is that I want this video to work for you. I want to get it in your hands because I believe when you think about these 3 concepts and put them to work, you're going to see a change immediately. So now it's your turn. What do you think? Can you use these ideas? Do they make sense? I'd love it if you post a comment, and if you're not watching this video on my website, please go to michaelhudson.com and go to the blog page and post your comment under this post. If you like the ideas and you think they have value, share them with your friends on social media. And by the way, I'd invite you to give me any and all feedback you'd like to regarding this video series by just sending an email to michael@michaelhudson.com. My goal is to help you with these videos, and I need to hear from you to know whether they're actually doing that. Thanks for joining me today. I look forward to sharing more ideas with you in future episodes of Michael's Magical Moments.